Hello everyone and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today it is round 5 of our Moto2 career mode and it is in a yet again rainy circuit. This time it is the French GP of Le Mans and we will start from 4th place on the grid. I won't lie to you, I did a couple of laps in practice and I felt absolutely fantastic. I was leading by a comfortable margin against 120% AI, so I decided to do the one lap, call it quits, and exit the qualifying. So we're starting from the second row. So here we go then, in the rainy circuit of Le Mans. We will wait for the red lights to disappear and away we go. I was actually a bit sluggish there getting across the line. Ethan Guevara looked like he panicked a bit trying to get past me on the left hand side. As we now dive over to the right hand side for the very first time under investigation as Arenas and Guevara. No idea what's happening behind us, but who cares at this point because it's all about the business of trying to get back to the front. This entire weekend has been dry. Whoa, Chantra. He swung out and pushed me off the circuit there. Jammer Massey's down as well, so it's not a great start for the former Moto3 World Champion, but how's it running for the current Moto3 World Champion in the form of myself? We're up to 7th place, so we've lost 3 positions, but yeah, before I digress, I want to get to the point that this entire weekend has been dry, and it's been a few days since I recorded the Jerez video in the wet, so I've pretty much got to try and remember everything from the wet there and implement it here today. This could be much more difficult than I expected this weekend to be. I was really hoping it would stay dry, to be honest. The Jerez Grand Prix wasn't all that interesting, so I was hoping that it would be a bit of a battle here in the French GP. It's not going to happen. Well, we never know. It might happen, but we're in a good spot for now at least, and at the very least, hopefully it'll stay competitive. That's all I really care about in today's video. So, into the right-hander. Squeezing through on Manuel Gonzalez. Oh my god! I thought he was going to hit me there. Looked a bit like Pecco and Vinales crashing together from a few years ago. Oh my god, that made me jump. Excuse me, I'm not the best at horror games, and I didn't realise that MotoGP 24 was a horror game. My goodness, that scared me. But anyway, quick look at the top 5. You've got the pole setter and pole sitter, should I say, Alonso Lopez in the lead. Really made a mess out of that one in the first corner there. It's difficult to try and turn in there now compared to what it was like in the dry conditions. I went on autopilot mode there. Felt really good going into the corner, but when I came to turn it in, just had no grip. Not able to turn the Calyx in these wet conditions, but yeah, let's get back to the top 5. Celestino Vietti in second place. If it stays as it is right now, he'd recover a couple of points, and then he'd be 6 points behind us in the World Championship. Does look like Celestino Vietti is under attack from Fermin Aldeguer, so let's hope he can do us a favour and get through on the Italian. Jake Dixon, track limit warning, we've just seen him do that into Garage Vet. But he is able to pull away from us somewhat. The gap is currently at 2 seconds to Lopez. Still got plenty of time in this one, and of course, cast your minds back to the Jerez video a couple of days ago. It was pretty close to start off with until we started to get that rhythm, getting that feeling, and the same thing can be said. Oh my god, Dixon's gone down! Dixon's down! That's him done again for the 5th race this season. That's now 5 crashes. That's unbelievable. I can't believe the luck he's having right now. And they used to say Sam Lowe's would crash a lot. It's hard being a Dixon fan, but at least this is virtual, I guess. That's shocking. That is absolutely abysmal. I'll bang the replay up on the right-hand side of the screen at some point so you can take a look at the crash there, but I think you pretty much saw it from our perspective here. Again deep into turn 3 there, not quite getting it right in the early stage of this Grand Prix. Well, one thing that has done now, it's made our chance for a top 5 a little bit easier because we've obviously secured 5th place after Jake Dixon's demise. So not all that bad, I guess, especially on a selfish point of view. And now onto the brakes we go, into the left-hand side. This is a scary corner to get right in the wet conditions. I feel magnificent in this corner in the dry, but where the wet's concerned, it's just that little bit extra more cautious, isn't it? And the thing with MotoGP 24 is that you can be quite aggressive with the brakes. You can be quite forceful, regardless of conditions, and it's hard to adjust when you know that the track is completely sodden, it's damp, it's cold. It's hard to still believe that you can get the bike stopped as easy as you think you can, or at least as easy as you know you can. Probably towards the latter stage of this video I'm going to start putting in some better lap times, but this lap time should be good enough to say we're in a conversation worthy of a fastest lap time. 41.5 was Lopez's time. He's doing a cracking job so far, 3 laps in, and he's led every single one. This could be the dream weekend for Lopez if it continues. He was in the top 5 in the practice, then pulled out a pretty chunky lap time in the qualifying. Across the line, fastest man on circuit goes to Fermin Aldeguer, a 1:41.4 for the Spaniard. We managed to put in a 1:41.5. Didn't quite see what lap time Lopez had produced there. Much better into turn 3 though, much better into the Dunlop chicane. We're actually closing in now. 1.8 is the gap to Lopez. Perhaps this is not over yet. I am pushing though quite a lot. Didn't feel like I'd have to push this much this early on. It's been a different feeling compared to Jerez. But as I did say in that video, if the AI didn't make that mistake going into the Crivier and Ferrari corners, I think that race would have been quite interesting. So we're pretty much seeing the difference here of what the AI can do without a moment of lapse or lax of concentration where the AI just completely struggle. 4 tenths found now going into Garage Vert. The gap to Roberts is 8 tenths of a second. But like in qualifying, they're able to just pull out a much better line than I can out of turn 8. Can't seem to get it right as we now go into Shimano-Buff. This is your 9th corner, and I've completely made a pig's dinner of that one, haven't I? A pig's meal or a dog's dinner? Combined them both there, didn't I? Damn it. 8 tenths of a second. Oh, just had a thought. I should have technically lost a second because of cutting that corner. Just realised that the game doesn't actually take that into consideration. Now, I'm not going to take any extra penalties, but let me know in the conversation down below, or the comment section should I say, that if a player does exceed a corner like that and cut the apex, should we then take the second penalty where we drop a whole second, or should we just continue as norm? Of course, it's too late for this video, but let me know. I would really love to hear what you guys think about that sort of concept for future videos. I think already it's tough to keep away from track limits and things like that in this game, so it would be an added bit of difficulty if we do find ourselves dominating like we have done in the past. 2.5 tenths now found in the Delta, yet the gap to Roberts is remaining the same. This is going to take some serious doing to catch up to Lopez. And the issue is, we're not quick enough to take chunks of time. And in fact, we're not even quick enough to take time away from Lopez, because he just had a fast lap of the Grand Prix. 1:41.385 was exactly 3 tenths of a second quicker than our lap time. I can't get quicker if he's gaining time that's better than 1/4 of a second. Got to try and figure something out here to catch up to these guys. Ooh, downshifting to first gear there. Felt a bit awkward, but I think it paid off. Out of turn 10, the gap has reduced to 6 tenths of a second. Are we still in range for a possible podium? And I must confess, I am really looking forward to getting on par with Joe Roberts here. We've had a good couple of races with him this season so far. Old Roberts racer. And out of the final corner, this is Recordamon. We're going to cross the line. Aldeguer improved his time by 2 tenths of a second, and then we batter ours by 1/2 second. It is game on here in Le Mans. Game ons. Lit on. It is happening. Joe Roberts is now 1/2 second ahead. Yes! Rub your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got a chance of a possible podium here today. Vietti still occupying second, so we are still 7 points clear in the championship. It's too early to talk about championship standings, but it's interesting to mention at least. As we now lean in to the left-hander for the Musée corner. 19 laps here in Le Mans. Seems a bit more than usual, that does. I know it's a relatively short track when it's dry, but they clearly don't change it when it's wet. Still got maximum laps there pretty much. So it's a bit of a tough one, this one, bit of a grind I would say. But I think I might need that extra time. That way I don't need to put too much pressure on myself trying to get through on Roberts. But I am suspecting a chance to attack the American. When? I don't know. But I would say it's a matter of when rather than if in this Grand Prix here today. Of course, guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does certainly help out the channel. And of course, if you're enjoying the extra picture-in-picture views, let me know, because of course, trying to get more and more of those implemented into these videos, I think the feedback has been pretty solid so far. So I'll try and add a few more in. I don't know if I've added any in so far, but I'll certainly try to record as many as I can at the conclusion of this French GP race. We are closing in. That's another decent lap time from us. I don't see why we can't get into the 140s. If we can consistently stay in the 140s, we've got a chance. That's a mistake. Problem was there, I found Roberts in the middle of the corner. No track limit warning. That's good. And I lost around half a second. Such a small mistake. A silly mistake as well, actually. Just getting too eager to catch up to JR. JR 16. Now on to the left-hand side. We're still closing in quite rapidly, but getting past him is going to be challenging, isn't it? I did a video with Marco Bezzecchi just hours before this one. I think maybe it was about an hour. Still feel a little bit peculiar on the Moto2 bikes. They're quite different, but more than you would think in the way they handle it. It's definitely the brakes that feel so different compared to the Premier class. So I've got to have that confidence to just get the bike stopped into Shimano buff and pull in a few tenths. That's clearly a spot where we can catch up to Joe Roberts. Now onto the right hand side, past the Ferris wheel, and we are closing in. This could be a matter of the next lap. Lap 8 could be beckoning an overtake. Oh, there's an incident between teammates Dennis Foggia and Zonta van der Goorberg somewhere. Hope both riders are okay. Both riders excellent and very likeable people. So we'll both hope that they manage to stay on board their respectable motorcycles. So here we go then. Can we get through on Joe into turn 1? Well, to turn 3, should I say, would be absolutely amazing. Tight to the apex. Wait for it. Launch to the right. Squeeze him out wide. Bit of a nudge. But I think we've done him. That's really good. That's clean. Somewhat clean, but clinical. It's good enough for me. As we get through now on the CF Moto. Brilliant. We can now start to position our eyes onto the rear tyre of Fermin Aldeguer. And of course, with the tyre selection here in Moto 2 is completely the same for everyone. Nobody's got an advantage, nobody's got a disadvantage. We're all on the Pirelli. I can't remember what they call the wet version of the tyres. Is it just SC1 Rain? I think it is, something like SC2 Rain tyre. I'm not entirely sure, but it's one of the Rain tyres for Pirelli. Of course, not much experience, but I don't think they've had any experience in Moto 2 this year with those sort of conditions. 4.5 tenths of a second found there, just touched off the circuit. First track limit warning coming in there on lap 8. I have to be careful not to do that too many times. I've never done the long lap penalty here in Le Mans, so I don't... In fact, no, I did. I did a couple of weeks ago. I was online with the Aces. Might be more than a week ago. It could be a month ago now, but I did do an overtake into that penalties area. Oh my god, I got another track limit warning. Little bit of a mistake there. Ignoring the track limit warnings, we actually get across the line with a new fastest lap time of 140.8. The only man into the 140s, and that's come at a critical time to catch up to these guys. The gap is down to 1.7. 3 tenths found over a couple of laps. That is going to be incredibly difficult to catch up to Lopez and Vietti. I need them to engage, but Lopez is just not engaging the competition. He's just not opening the door for Vietti to have a pop. Let him in, let them fight, and allow me to close in quicker. Still can't do it. Is it a case of Vietti just can't get close enough, or is Lopez just on another level right now? I guess you'd probably have to look at both. Yellow flags out in Sector 1, so Senna Aegis has gone down. He's out of the Grand Prix as well. Lopez could be putting a fast lap here. I've lost a bit of time, but I'm roughly trending where I was earlier, and I'm still losing time. Ben Schneider and Sasaki have had a come together somewhere, both under investigation. Ooh, my rear tyre very closely slipped off the circuit then. Ever so slightly. Glad we didn't get a track limit warning for that. I definitely expected him to give it me. 1.9 is the gap. We can see them and we can see ourselves getting closer. Is Aldeguer beginning to get dropped? Oh my god, I've done it again. That's another track limit warning in 2 laps in a row in identical spots. I cannot afford to keep getting these penalties. That is the worst thing that can happen to me, because then we'd be put in a situation... Oh, it braked way too early there. Oh my god. I'm pushing so much right now. I am on the limit to try and catch up to these guys here. I can't believe I've just abused limits again. Well, I think a long lap penalty is inevitable today. Oh, Gonzalez has gone down. That's a disaster for the 2 Grassini bikes. Jake Dixon, in fact, he's not out, is he, Dixon? He's not appeared on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. But he's still definitely... He went down, we've seen it happen. That's not to be questioned. But whether he's still remaining in the circuit is the question on the lips of this particular content creator. Bit wide there for Garage Vet, but onto the right-hand side, onto the power. I just can't get that exit speed that they can. I would put that down to just a pure lack of confidence. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but maybe I could go hard on the throttle, but I don't want to. I just don't trust that it's going to work. We're absolutely on the rear of Fermin Aldeguer. So at the worst case scenario, I can catch up to Aldeguer for a podium. But to catch up to Lopez and Vietti, I need a little bit more. The gap is down to 1.3 though. It's definitely still game on. Oh, I'm gonna... I expected to hit the rear of Aldeguer then. Wow, we got away with that. Oh my god, we're off the circuit. It's okay. Fastest man on circuit, 140.7. Is this the video of the season? This is pushing like a bastard, like Enea Bastianini said. Excuse the language, but that's what he said. You can't fault me for quoting him, but we're pushing like Bastianini. Like an illegitimate son, we're pushing as much as we can. And in fact, opening the door, excuse me, I'm coming through, claiming the position. Up to 3rd place, yes! Hit that like button, guys and girls, I feel excited. I'm sure I'll know it when you've done it. I'll get an immense sense of satisfaction to know that you enjoyed this one. This has probably been the best race of the season. If we can catch up to Lopez and Vietti, this is probably one of my best performances in MotoGP 24. In the wet, not particularly used to these wet conditions, as I say. Been doing a lot of MotoGP videos today. Did the Saxon Ring guide. I did the Marco Bezzecchi video with Aprilia. Yeah, this is game on. We can still win this. I just cannot afford to touch the green at any point, because it's going to be a 3-second penalty slapped on the wrists. It's still possible. The gap is down to 1.2. If I get that gap to less than a second, then I'm ready. This is another good lap time coming in here. Bit wide. I'm so glad they don't give you a penalty for that. Across the line, this is going to be another red time. It is a 140.7, 3.7. Look at the pace at this stage of the Grand Prix. And we've got plenty of time. I don't need to rush this. Just got to keep it right. Keep it together. Catch up to Vietti. This is for all the marbles in the championship. This would be critical to prove to the competition that our 3 wins in a row were not a fluke. Portimao, battered and bruised, fighting Joe Roberts. We came out on top. Cota Terrific battle with Vietti. We came out on top for securing the tyres. Jerez, we absolutely dominated the competition in the wet conditions as the AI struggled going into the final sector. Now, we've come from 7th to the top 3. But if I'm going to call this one of the best videos, I've got to win. I cannot sit here and just settle for third place. In fact, all that conversation, yet the gap hasn't budged. I'm still stuck, 1.3 behind. Nice and tight to the apex there for Shimano Buff. Now onto the right-hander. Please don't touch the outside of the circuit. Oh, we're just pushing. I'm pushing so much in this one, guys and girls. 1 second. 1 second is the gap. It's close to dropping into the favour of being less than a second. I have a cunning plan, ladies and gentlemen, and that is to keep on pushing. A cunning plan, like Baldrick from Blackadder. This is going to happen. Oh, Salach has been given a long lap penalty. Not sure what's happened behind him. Well, here we go. Oh, that's not cunning at all. Oh, amazing. We still got it stopped. It's less than a second. No, it was. But it's gone back up again. Come on. This is so tough to catch up to. I swear to God, the more I've done laps here, the quicker I've gone, the better they've become by a 10th or 2. It's just making it a bit easier. This is not adaptive AI, boys and girls. This is 120% AI. The hardest difficulty in the game. And we're still catching up. Gap to Vietti is 7 tenths. If we can get onto this slipstream, going into the likes of Shimano Buff, then we have a cracking chance of getting onto that top step of the podium. 7 tenths of a second. We're rapid going into Shimano Buff. Brake just in the middle there. Downshift, sequence. Oh no! Oh, why did I have to speak and jinx myself? Ah! That time that was gained has gone! There was nothing cunning about that plan at all, was there? Well, I guess that's Baldrick for you and Blackadder, isn't it? Christ almighty, I can't believe I've done that. What's this? This lap time's going to be shocking as well. All that work. The difficult point is that every single lap we're just pulling the smallest of margin back. So when we do have I mean, that is not a bad lap time by any means. But it's a bad lap time when you're trying to catch up to the guys at front. God, I'm taking liberties into that corner. I am taking the mick out of that corner. I don't know why it hasn't just spat me off yet already. Underneath the Dunlop Bridge. The gap's gone down to 1.2 again. This is lap 14, guys and girls. There's absolutely no give in from me. I am going to push and push. I've got to try and get onto the top step. I could sit here and just take third, I really could. But knowing that I've got that speed to catch them up, I can't let it go. Lopez is pulling out a few tenths here. This could be Lopez's response on the OnlyFans American Racing team. 1.3. I've got to get it right into Shimano Buff. If we make another mistake here, then I'd call it quits. It's not bad. Tight to the apex for 9, turn tight to the apex for 10. Run onto the curb here, but don't run any tighter. The gap's coming down again. Oh, a little bit wide. Into the blue S's. God, I'm feeling the tension in this one. Are you guys feeling the tension in this one? This is intense. This is tight. Lopez still leads, and we're going to get ourselves back into the 140s. Clearly just a blip of confidence in that last corner. Beautiful across the line. It's a 140.7 again. I can't do any better than this. I cannot produce any better qualifying, better lap time, I can't speak, better lap times until we get an upgraded motorcycle. On the team comparison, Vietti and Lopez's bikes are higher than mine. That was close. But we're still proving that we can fight. Come on, Vietti, have an overtake or something. I need his help. Come on, you're right there. I'm getting frustrated. Come on, Vietti. Do us a solid, mate, because I'm rapidly running out of time here. I've got 4.5 laps to get through, and not just you, but Lopez as well. Come on, Celestino. Come on, son. Do me a favour. I feel like I've been calling him Colin Vire a few times in this video. If I have, apologise. It's just that they've got the almost the exact same abbreviation. It's just one letter different. It's so close. So close as well. But look at the gap that we've got now to Fermin Aldeguer. This is not just me who's increasing the pace. Look at Lopez and Vietti as well. We're all much quicker now than Aldeguer, Roberts, Garcia, Chantra and Ramirez. We're miles ahead of them. Well, I guess one worst case scenario is if we do get along that penalty, we should just be able to sit here in third place and take it anyway. I very much doubt Aldeguer is going to have enough to catch up to us now. Bit wide there into turn 13. The tyre is beginning to really struggle on that right-hand side. How the hell did I not get along that penalty there? Well, I'll take that. They've done me a massive favour there, because I honestly would have expected a penalty for that. But the right-hand side of those tyres now are really struggling. This could be a little bit too late. Oh, come on, that's the left-hand side of the tyre. That feels good. I'm still making a mess. Oh, I'm pushing so much, I just can't catch up to them. Who would have thought, after seeing their tyres drop off in the likes of Cota and Portimao, that in the wet, they would last to the distance without any major hiccup? Lap 16, I'm running out of time here, please don't give me a penalty for that. I don't know what you would call it, but the way they determine if you've done a penalty or not is really, really sensitive on that corner. If you touch the white line there, sometimes it instantly gives you whether you run off it or not. A bit like the Qatar one into turn 2. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. If we get it right into Shimano Buff, I'm going to be right there on the cusp of getting through on Vietti. It's got to be right though. I don't like that. That's a bit wide. That's a bit wide. Come on. Every time I mention it, I end up making a mistake there. I don't think I've pushed this hard since probably Sepang in Moto 3. I mean, the races this season have been tough, but they've been doable, and I felt quite calm. This one, I feel really nervous. I feel like every single noise in my room at the moment is distracting me. Anytime my cat snores in the background or a door is banged, it's stressing me out. I've got to catch up to these guys. I can't seem to do it. It's still a second. What lap times are these guys doing? Oh, I wish I knew. It would help me so much. Because if they are just going crazy at this point, then I know it's just too much for me to do. I possibly have already bitten off more than I can chew. I need Vietti to attack. Oh, look at the front just skidding into La Chapelle. Desperate for this one now. We're so close to Vietti. This is the closest we've been all Grand Prix. It is going to happen. Come on. 3/10 of a second against our biggest championship antagonist. We've got to go for it. Closing in now on the man with the what looks like Valentino Rossi's Petronas. What is it? It's called Petronas Yamaha leathers. The all yellow on the right hand side and left hand side is just distracting me. It's like chasing Rossi at this point. So here we go then, on the brakes, breaking into the Shimano Buff corner, tight to the apex of Shimano Buff, beautifully done. Now for the right hand of a turn 10, we're closing it rapidly, but a track limit warning! No! I can't believe I've done that. Oh, and I've just punted via, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The pressure got to me. Oh, and the gap is the lowest it's been. Oh, I've just done it again. I've abused the track limits. It's 0.6 of a second to Lopez. Oh, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. I need to try and get through on Vietti then, but I doubt it I can get through on Vietti quick enough to then start attack. Oh, look at that, how tight that is to the apex. Oh, it's all gone Pete Tong here. It's going heck to a handbasket. Oh, it's a regular overtake as well. Oh, the pressure got to me. It was like a pressure cooker. I really tried. I can't believe I let it get the better of me there. I got too desperate. I really wanted the win in this one. I wanted to make this a special video. Oh, God. Lopez, 0.8 of a second quicker. I can't believe it. Well, I'm going to have to do it anyway, so let's get it over and done with. Not bad. Actually feels pretty good into the garage there. Long lap penalty. And we lost 2 seconds. Head well and truly and firmly in hands now for the Ace supporters. I'm annoyed. I'm really disappointed in myself for that. Right in this corner. I knew it'd be the death of me. It's such a tough corner because the nature of that corner, you can capture so much time on the AI, and I just wanted to do the same. I wanted to just pull in enough time to be right through on Vietti and right on the cusp of passing Alonso Lopez. I'll not forget this. I'll not forget this. The next time this comes pushed to shove, I will use it as motivation. That's a damn shame, that is. Sorry guys, I blew it there. The pressure got to me. That was really difficult to continue for about 10 laps to push at that level to catch up to Vietti. That was really tough, but I've got to say, I am pleased. It was a pretty good effort, but I'm disappointed with the result. I think this will be the only podium that I'm going to be disappointed at all season. What a race. I hope I showed you some clips there as well, guys, of some extra footage in there too. I've definitely tried to remember some laps that I'll have to try and record in a minute from the replay view. What an effort. I can't be too mad at myself. That was a good effort, that. Maybe if I hadn't fallen back so quickly, maybe if I'd got up to speed with the wet weather conditions quicker, maybe it could have been a different story. But all I can say is I gave it everything there. I really tried. The gap is actually 0.8 to Vietti, so we've clawed back in pretty quickly, and we didn't lose any time to Fermin Aldeguer, so it's a 3rd place. Pretty easily done, and we're actually still on a very good lap time here as well. Tight to the apex to Shimano, but oh God, we touched the apex again. We're off the circuit. Another track limit warning for me. It's all going wrong here. But we're actually right on the cusp now, getting through on Vietti. Oh, tight to the apex. Didn't want to hit Vietti there. And that's on that penalty. Oh my God. Oh no. I thought I was going to hit the back of Vietti, so I hit the brakes hard and went for that tight apex, and then I got another long lap penalty. But it's okay though, because we're 4 seconds clear from Aldeguer. Unbelievable. Lopez wins, and deservedly so. He was brilliant. Vietti in 2nd, and myself finishes in 3rd place after 2 long lap penalties, apparently. Well, I'm certainly going to remember this one. But guys, that is your championship. Well, it's the final results of the Michelin Grand Prix of France. Let's take a look at the championship standings to see what's actually changed. And as you can see, not much. We've got 12 points clear from Vietti, 29 clear from Fermin Aldeguer. And I didn't realise Alonso Lopez, with that victory, is now only pulled in to 46 points. That's a massive gap. Bloody hell, I didn't see that coming. We did lose the team's championship, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. But guys, we just want to say a big thank you for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Decided to show that on the screen. I think there was a request in the comments section. I can't remember who it was, so I apologise. But they want to see the Part Ferme celebration, so this one's for you. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Big shout out to Sergio23 for the helmet design. Looks awesome, even in Part Ferme as well. So guys, see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Ciao for now again. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.